learned a story about a little girl who grew up to outsmart the system that tried to crush her. I can't say that she knew what she was doing at the time, but looking back on her life, you can see that what she did can serve as a blueprint for anyone who is tangled in a system that's trying to make them disappear. They tried to erase her. First her language, then her name, then her history. Zitkála-Šá. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but it means red bird. She was born in 1876, a Yankton Sioux. She was 8 when she was taken from her family and placed in a government-run boarding school. The mission was clear: kill the Indian, save the man, cut her hair, forbid her language, replace her stories with theirs. She was taught their version of history, not to understand it, but to accept it. But she was smart. She learned their language. She mastered their tools. And then she turned those tools against them. Do you hear the blueprint? She wrote, she spoke, she played the violin on a world stage. She exposed the cruelty of the schools. She fought the Dawes Act, which took millions of acres from native hands and handed it to white settlers. She learned the rules. She used their courts, their press, their politics to defend her people. In 1924, Zitkála-Šá co-authored and lobbied the Indian Citizenship Act, which granted U.S. citizenship to all Native Americans born in the United States. But she didn't stop there, because she knew a law written down could still be ignored. She traveled to state legislatures and publicly confronted governors who refused to let Native people vote even after citizenship was granted. In one meeting in South Dakota, she stood in front of a room full of lawmakers and read aloud their own constitution, pointing to the words that guaranteed equal protection. In essence, asking, what part of this are you willing to break to keep us silent? Because she knew they could control the context of her life, but not the spirit within it. And she knew something else. If you want to break control, you have to understand the system that's holding you. Now fast forward. Books are being banned, history lessons erased, entire chapters of the past rewritten or removed from websites, archives, classrooms. They say it's to protect children and make America great, but history says it's to control the narrative and the people. Because if you don't know the true story, you don't know what's possible. This isn't new. It's the same playbook they used on her and enslaved people who were jailed and beaten for learning how to read, on immigrants who were told their languages don't belong here. They erase things to make people forget, because it's always been easier to rule people who don't know what they've lost or what they could win back. But here's the blueprint that she left us. Learn everything, even the parts they hope we won't. Master their tools, use the systems, turn their laws and their words and their promises back on them. Because education isn't just power, it's protection. Zitkála-Šá proved you can fight from inside the machine. You can force it to face itself. So in 2025, when they try to erase your history or your neighbor's history or any piece of the story that doesn't fit their narrative, remember her. Remember that control relies on your silence, your confusion, your acceptance. Learn, ask, refuse to forget. Because the moment you understand their playbook, they can't use it on you anymore. Oh, and I have a fun fact about Zitkála-Šá. They changed her name to Gertrude, but I don't think they knew what that meant. Gertrude means strong as a spear. How fitting is that?